Today, Joe, we are in Mexico.
Nice!
It's a hell of a place, to be fair.
Did you know that the world's largest pyramid is in Mexico?
Is it?
Yeah!
Not like Giza?
No! In Mexico.
Where, though? Oh, is what, like a ruin?
I think so.
Ah.
I've done minimal research on this.
That shines through, I'll be honest. I thought it might be something that you would find in Vegas, maybe. Do you know, because they had like the Eiffel Towers there as well, isn't it? Is it an Eiffel Tower? You're looking at me like it's not. No, they got one from France, didn't they?
They've got an Eiffel Tower in Las Vegas, but it's not big.
But it is like maybe they've just been. I suppose I thought they just probably like collected loads of like
memorabilia,
just like world icons, landmarks, and just went like, oh, we want one of them.
We'll throw that in Vegas.
Yeah, they just put it in Vegas.
Yeah,
like,
maybe they did.
So there's like a road where in my head in Las Vegas there's like a road more like the boulevard. The Sunset Boulevard has got like an Eiffel Tower here, and then the Sphinx is here.
What, you think they've just robbed a pyramid from Mexico or Egypt and thrown it on the strip? That's what you think they've done?
Nah. I feel like they got someone to make it, because they got a different designer to make the Eiffel Tower, the Vegas Eiffel Tower.
Right.
And maybe they got like, I don't know, like a different artist to make like their version of the Sphinx and slung that on the Sunset Boulevard.
Right, okay, got you.
So, okay then. Well, yeah, the largest pyramid is in Mexico.
It is. Don't know where it is. But
Well,
it's there.
I can see that point.
Yeah.
And raise you a load of ruins in Mexico, because
Talk to me.
one of the main things we're going to do in this podcast is obviously talk about the best things you can do in Mexico, or the top things to do in Mexico, the things that we love to do in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
One of the main things that we love to do in Mexico is ruins.
You
have to go and see the ruins when you're in Mexico. You have to. It's like, not to bring the Giza pyramids back into it, but in Egypt you go and see the pyramids of
iconic.
Giza.
You can't not.
You've got to go. So where do you go when you want ruins in Egypt? You head straight, run, don't walk, straight to Chichen Itza.
Well, you could go to the Tulum ruins too.
But
Chichen Itza are the most famous ones.
Chichen Itza are like the icons. They're like the boys, the proper boys.
Yeah, they're big boys, aren't they?
Yeah. So basically, we'll have a bit of a chat about like the ruins in Mexico then, like, and what people can do at those ruins. What is there to do once you're there? Is it just a case where you just stand in a field and look at a big temple?
Take some pictures, selfies.
Take some pictures, Instagram, get it all across there. Yeah.
You haven't been if it's not on Instagram.
Yeah, true. Yeah, but I don't. How much is there in Chichen Itza to take a picture of? Obviously, there's the pyramid. But the Great Pyramid. So this is the other thing in my show notes that I have lovingly prepared by producer Harley. So the Chichen Itza, obviously wonder of the world, and I don't know how many times you're going to get the chance to go to a wonder of the world.
True, probably not many times. Most people.
This is peak wonder of the world stuff.
Peak.
This is like Mayans back in the day killing people on the steps of this thing. This is insane.
This is part of history.
It is. You're never going to see this sort of stuff again. So, but the other thing with it is, so most people when they go to Cancun, they'll go to like the hotel zone or something like that.
Yeah.
Chichen Itza, I don't know if most people know this, but Chichen Itza is like 3 hours from the hotel zone.
Oh, nice.
In Cancun, so you can get like a nice bus ride out there. You can do it through most of the resorts and stuff like that if you wanted to do. But yeah, so you can get in the hotel zone, or if you're in Akumal or Tulum, as you said before, 2.5 hours from there. So it's quite a nice.
It's a day trip, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it. You can get like a nice day out if you're not too concerned about getting back for anything, and I suppose that's the good thing about holidays, isn't it?
And of course, if you are in Tulum, taking it circling back to the Tulum ruins, you could go to the Tulum ruins, couldn't you, as well? Which are going to be a lot more local.
Yeah, do you think
similar experience?
Do you think you could do like? I think you could potentially do like a day experience where you like Tulum ruins and then head out
Chichen Itza.
But
I don't know whether you do it in a full day, because I did Tulum ruins when we were in Mexico.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure, because we had a tour guide. I'm not sure you'd be able to do a full day doing both. I think you'd either have to do one or the other.
There's too much to do.
Like, we were walking around, the guide gave us like loads of information about the history and the people that kind of built the ruins and the people that like lived in the area. So we were there a full day. And we had time to kind of do our own thing. There's also like a little village there, so you can see like the shops and markets and stuff. So
not
by the ruins, like just before you go in.
I was going to say, again, to bring you back to the pyramids in Egypt, there's like, the whole thing about that is like, or that people don't like, is that there's like a KFC or a McDonald's. It's like a Maggie's like over the road from the pyramid.
It's like in Niagara Falls, isn't it? Like Blackpool, like opposite. No,
is it?
I think so.
I kind of like, not like that, but I it does make me laugh that you can go to this place where you can get completely immersed and be talking about like ancient pharaohs and old warlords and all this sort of stuff. Then you come out and go, and over there you can have a Big Mac. It doesn't.
You can play some 2p slot machines over the road.
Exactly, yeah. You can learn a bit and spend your loose change. That's about that. It's got everything.
Yeah.
Other thing about Chichen Itza is, if anyone has seen Black Panther 2...
I haven't.
Right, well, it's been lost on you then. But the pyramid there, the main pyramid there is... I forget this right, because I still couldn't get it right in the film. That is actually the pyramid of Kukul Klan, who is the bad guy in Black Panther 2.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
That is the main pyramid of Kukul Klan.
That's interesting.
Where, yeah, so like you can, if you Marvel fans out there, I don't know, Black Panther 2 fans, Black Panther fans, if you get in touch, if you knew that, I don't know. But yeah, from my research, that's what I've found out. And there's also, once you get in there, there's like a big circular staircase that's called El Caracol.
In the pyramid?
I don't know if it's in, I think it's in the pyramid, but it's called the snail. The El Caracol translates as the snail.
Right.
And it basically, it's a 1,000-year-old observatory that basically the ancient Mayans used it to tell what the time was.
Oh.
So I think essentially what happens is the sun will set and you'll catch it on the snail, and like the shadow going along the snail will tell you what the time is.
Oh.
Basically.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I think that's
Rolex?
true.
We've just got this in Mexico.
Yeah, you just got the snail. Go to the snail in Mexico.
Go to the snail.
We've got the shard. They've got the snail. Perfect, isn't it?
Potato.
I know, this is it. Well, I suppose, but obviously there's more ancient ruins than just Chichen Itza. We don't want to just talk about Chichen Itza because obviously everyone knows Chichen Itza.
Yeah, everyone does, or you should.
So you touched on earlier Tulum.
Yes.
And again, Holly's provided me with producer Holly. Sits in the background and doesn't say a word.
Bosses as well.
She provided me with some nice insights before where, again, talking about from Cancun and from the local area. So to go to the Tulum ruins, you're talking an hour and 43 minutes, 4 hour and 45 minutes to get from Cancun.
From Cancun. Nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then an hour from Playa del Carmen.
Okay, yeah.
So you can have, if you're not fancying probably like a full day out, maybe you could, that's probably more of a half day thing, I would say.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then if you're a bit further down the coast in Cozumel, then it's a couple of hours across, so
yeah,
it's not too bad. But if you do like amazing landscapes, views, vistas, whatever you want to call it,
it was beautiful at Tulum.
Yeah.
It was absolutely stunning.
They say you can see the like sunset there.
Yeah, so we weren't there when the sun was setting. We were like mid-afternoon. What I will say is take water and make sure you're wearing a hat because there's no shade whatsoever. So we were all like crammed next to a bush trying to get like the tiniest bit of shade. And the tour guide was like
drowning in sweat.
Oh my goodness, it was absolutely horrendous. We were all like sweating.
Chugging water like it's
no one had any water. Oh. We were all just like so dehydrated. But yeah, take water and just make sure that you've got enough sun cream and a hat on because it was rough. But you're right on like at the cliff edge.
Yeah.
So you can see there's like a little beach, but I don't know whether you can access the beach or not. We didn't go down, but I can imagine that the sunsets there are absolutely incredible. But
yeah,
like I say, we were only there lunchtime.
Well, one of the whole thing of the place is it's like back in the day, it was known as Zama. I think I pronounced that right. Zama or Zama. Z-A-M-A. That's what it was known as. Which basically translates as place of the rising sun.
Oh yeah, so, that would make sense.
I suppose if you made it to the top, you could see across both sunset and sunrise and sunset, couldn't you?
Yeah.
So they sort of like used it for that, and then I don't know if it was literally used just for nice views, but But apparently it dates back to AD 564.
Yeah, that wouldn't surprise me whatsoever. But the ruins, considering they're so old, are in like incredible condition.
Yeah.
You can't like climb up them or anything. Like, can you imagine?
Well,
they're all like, what? Go on.
Well, not at Tulum, but there are ruins in Koba that you can climb up.
Is there?
Yeah. So you can take talking about 27 miles northwest from Tulum. So if you go a bit further up, you can get to Koba, which are the pyramids you can climb. So I don't know if there's like multiple pyramids, but certainly the main pyramid there.
Yeah.
It's just like open to the public. You can just like clamber up it, like sort of thing.
No way.
Like up the steps and get right to the top, and then.
I don't know how I feel about that.
I don't know. Well, a couple of the stuff that I've seen that I've read is there another ruins in Uxmal, I believe. You can climb up those too, but or you used to be able to, and they stopped it now because the steps are really shallow and people are just like literally traversing the front of the pyramid.
Rock climbing up.
Yeah.
Having to abseil down.
Yeah, well, this is the thing. There was no context on how you got down.
Oh, it was just wing it.
You
throw
got
yourself down.
It was literally like what you do as a child. Like you got yourself up there. get yourself down.
Problem solve this.
Yeah.
Get out of that.
You'll be alright. You got up there. Back in you. Get down.
Oh no, absolutely not. Climbing is not a bit of me. I could not do that.
I'm not. I'm more of
I'll watch from the ground.
I don't know if I have vertigo. I keep saying this is the thing. I keep saying I've got vertigo. I don't know if I have.
That's quite a serious health condition.
I know. No, I'm not laughing at it. No, because my mum had vertigo.
Yeah.
And she didn't like pass it on to me or anything like that. But literally, if I like stand
Stop
on her,
blaming Teresa.
she's incidentally, Mum, when you do watch this, we need to iron this tablecloth.
Oh yeah.
Definitely need to iron
Teresa,
this.
get your iron out on.
But yeah, so I had vertigo, and I'd like if I step foot on like a chair, I start getting like dizzy.
Well, I bet you're not having a great time on these chairs. They're a bit rocky, aren't they?
They're a bit. You can probably hear it on the mic that I keep like moving around and trying not to do as much moving. So I don't think. I'm not sure climbing the pyramid isn't going to be in my...
It's not a bit of me.
It's not going to be in my dream itinerary.
No, it's not going to be in mine either. We'll come on to dream itineraries in a bit.
Yeah, exactly. So I
Talk
suppose as a format point, what we'll do is we'll run through all the amazing things that you can do in Mexico, or some of our top picks for the best things to do in Mexico.
Yeah.
And then come the end of the podcast, when we've been through some more fun bits about like people's travel stories and had a bit of a laugh at like some funny stories that people have sent in, we'll also reveal our dream itineraries from Mexico, from some of the stuff that we've spoke about today.
Sounds good.
So I think the pyramids, I think I don't want to go like too sort of up front with it, but I do think Chichen Itza will probably be in there.
Yeah.
Just because of
you
what
can't
it
go
is.
all that way. You can't get on a 10-hour flight and not go and see them.
Yeah, you've got to go.
You're there for at least 7 days. Fill one of them days with Chichen Itza.
But the things I've seen of Chichen Itza, I don't know if it's just like imagery. Is it just a great big open expanse and then there's a pyramid in the middle?
Well, probably. Because Tulum was like, I don't know if they're like similar sites, but like Tulum was kind of like grassy area, and then there was the ruins that you obviously just walked around and had a look at, and there was like some walls and whatever, and then the tour guide, I think he had like a folder full of like images from when they were sort of not originally built, but like artist impressions. Yeah, he was there when they were built. So he took a picture.
His Instax out and grabbed a
got his Snapchat archive out.
Snapped it away. Let me get a couple of pictures of these. Hold
just wait there.
Hold that brick there.
Yeah.
Let me grab a quick snap of you holding that brick. It'll look sick.
But he showed us loads of history about the people and stuff, and I'm sure there was something to do with like their heads, and they used to like put their heads in some strange contraption, and like it's not funny. If they put their heads in some strange contraption, their heads were like really long.
What?
Yeah, when they're babies.
Oh, when what the Mayans did used to crush people's heads.
But like not to crush them, just to reshape them, and I can't remember the reason why. I'll do some research. I'll come back to you.
Yeah, that's not
I'll
enough.
let you know.
A few minutes later.
It's actually called the artificial cranial deformation. Now I'm reading this just so I don't want to mess it up.
So at the moment, it still sounds like you've made it up.
It was
initially
factual. So it's actually the practice of altering the head's natural shape through force. So they bandaged your head up when your skull's soft when you're babies.
Right.
And they made it as long as they could. According to a 16th century Spanish chronicler.
Yeah. The chronicler.
This is done because our ancestors were told by gods that if our heads are thus formed, we should appear handsome and better able to bear burdens. So, I'd just like you to shut up and listen to me next time when I produce half a fact.
Right, initially.
And believe what I say.
I can do one of those things. I'm going to shut up, but I will not listen to the stuff that you say. So that's, I mean, the ancient ruins, they are the best of the best. I would suggest they're the best of the best things to do in Mexico. We've picked up 4 there, so Chichen Itza, Tulum, Uxmal, Coba. They're all incredible places to be. Right, so next up on our magical mystery tour of Mexico, once you've finished absolutely sweating your bag off in at the ruins where like heat exhaustion is close to kicking in. I'm joking. Take water, you'll be fine.
Take water, you'll be fine.
Next up, you have to then have a dip in a cenote.
Oh, that is the dream. That is.
It's everywhere on Instagram. In cenotes. Like, every single influencer you've ever seen go to Mexico has been in a cenote.
Mm-hmm. Lacey's been, hasn't she?
Has she?
Yeah, Lacey works with us.
Yeah.
She's been swimming in a cenote.
Oh.
Well, I thought it was cenote, but you might be right.
I don't know. I think it's cenote, but again, I'm not Spanish.
I'm not Spanish. yeah. We'll go with cenote, but if it's wrong, let us know.
But I do know how cenotes sort of came to be.
Do you? Come on then, David Attenborough.
Oh no. Right, so basically really extremely dumbing it down for our benefit.
Yes, we need that.
From what I can gather, basically what happens is the carbon dioxide
Jesus, this is already too complicated.
It's already scientific. The carbon dioxide in rain drops, hits the deck, and obviously it's all limestone cliffs and stone across the flooring around cenotes and around the Yucatan Peninsula. So what happens is the raindrops hit the floor and over time the carbon dioxide sort of erodes the limestone.
Over time, you mean thousands of years?
Yeah, I don't think like
this can't be like a week.
I'm not thinking of a weekend.
No, right, okay, so over thousands of years.
Yeah. Over
rain erodes the limestone.
The rain goes down, it erodes the limestone, and then large holes appear in the floor. But underneath
That's a bit
those,
scary, isn't it?
Yeah, but underneath those is because there's so many rivers in Mexico, it's all fresh water underneath the floor, so which is all like river fed, so it's all nice and cool, fresh water.
They're normally in shady areas, aren't they? Like in forests.
Forestry.
Forestry. They're normally in like crowded, shaded areas, aren't they?
So there's more cenotes in there are cenotes in like places like Dominican Republic, in America, and across South America as well. But the most cenotes in the world are in Mexico and in the Yucatan Peninsula specifically. Yeah, there's 2,000 specifically. There are 2,000 cenotes in the Yucatan Peninsula. So
is there?
Yeah, if you want to have that insta dream of having that shot of you in like gleaming
clear
clear
just
water,
diving into some still water.
Yeah, still water.
Can't get my words out.
Yeah,
diving into some still water.
But I mean, you can go on like tours and stuff like that through your resort, through any one of the sort of booking sites that you can kind of use for tour dates and stuff like that. You can go with them, and if you go with a tour, you can either go and literally like jump in off like the roof of it into the sea, into the
base
river.
jump into the cenote.
Basically, yeah.
It's not that high, but yeah.
Wow.
Some of them are high though, aren't they?
Well, I haven't been in it, so but from what I can see, there's a decent drop on.
Yeah.
60 foot. I don't know. I picked
60 foot.
I don't know. I picked a number out the air. I just assumed 60 foot, and I was like, actually,
that's quite a big drop.
I don't know, if you think like a 6 foot person standing
10 times.
That's just quite a lot.
Yeah, I'm thinking like 20 foot max.
No, I'm going to double down and say it's 60 foot. Easily 60 foot. At least. In fact, I'm going to go too far and say it's at least 60 foot.
At least?
I don't even think you can call yourself cenote unless it's 60 foot.
I don't think that's where it is though. The cenote is the water, isn't it?
Yeah, probably. But let's not get bogged down in that.
Yeah,
but, so yeah, that's how cenotes come to be. But yeah, so you can either jump in off the top, or a lot of the cenotes now, because obviously tourism has gone mad across the Yucatan Peninsula. A lot of them have like little wooden
decks, don't
yeah,
they?
runways, decks,
and like ladders or stairs.
Yeah, it's like steps, ladders, steps. They're the same thing, aren't they? Let's be honest. You know what a ladder is. Like it's literally down into the water, so you don't have to like cannonball into the water.
But like from the top though, from like ground level, is there a ladder or steps?
I think it's a
You
step.
just, like, hop down.
Yeah, so there's like a step down to a platform, and then there's another at that platform. I think you can either jump in from that platform, or you can choose the lower route and carry on your journey route. Down, basically.
Right.
If you've got vertigo, take the
Which
steps.
you do not.
Which we've
just
assessed already.
self-diagnosed.
Self-diagnosed vertigo. I'll be taking the steps. That's what I'll be doing.
Okay, lovely. What, you won't jump in from the top?
Absolutely
from that
not.
60-foot drop you've made up?
Absolutely not. It's quite a high 60 foot.
Yeah,
It's
you'd
like
be
10,
falling for at
6
least
foot.
10 seconds. Maybe.
No, you wouldn't. 10 seconds. You have to jump off.
Yeah,
like,
let's just think about how long that actually is.
you have
like...
to jump off like the shard for that to happen.
No, you'd probably be dropping for like 2 seconds. 60
Probably
foot?
more than that.
How big's this building?
Oh,
This building's
bigger than that.
40 foot.
No, let's not go bogged down in that because no one can see the bill. 60 foot, it's at least 60 foot. If you're not 60 foot, you're not a Cenote.
That's not true. That's not a fact.
But another thing, away from Cenotes, but like sticking with that water theme, the Sea of Cortez. Now I know it sounds like this mythical place. It sounds like you would go and find lost treasure there.
Yeah, it does.
But it exists. The Sea of Cortez exists. It's also called.
Do you know
the
what I
Gulf of
imagine? There's like a
California.
pirate ship there with like a treasure chest. That's what that sounds like to me.
Yeah, because I've literally just said that.
Yeah, but before you said it.
No, I was thinking it before you said it. No.
Or like some old school like mafia hangs around there. Cortez sounds like a bit a bit like mafia.
Cortez.
But maybe I'm thinking of the cartel.
You could well easily be thinking of a cartel. Yeah, you could be.
Don't worry, there's no cartel around Ocean Cortez or whatever it's called.
The Sea of Cortez.
So, yeah, whatever.
That thing.
We're all here to learn, okay?
Yeah. So, the Sea of Cortez, or the Gulf of California, if that's easier, is this quite small sea, like as seas go.
Okay.
as
How
bodies
big
of
or
water.
small are we talking?
So, the Sea of Cortez in itself is 61,000 miles, square miles, sorry. So that sounds pretty big.
Yeah, it sounds enormous.
But if you compare that to like something that we know, so say for example the Caribbean Sea.
Mm-hmm.
Caribbean Sea is over like 1 million square miles.
So it's quite a diddly sea, isn't it?
It is. It's probably more of like a big lake than like a...
Yeah, it's a lake. It's a puddle at best, actually.
It's a puddle compared to the Caribbean Sea. Yeah. But within that, the sea itself is such an amazing place to be because although it is super diddy, as we've just established, there's like 900 islands dotted into this sea. Now
Jesus.
I don't know if they're all like super inhabitable or there's like buildings and things on these islands or whether it's just, but for the most part, from what I know from research, these are basically biodiverse havens. There's like the flora and fauna and bird wildlife are incredible on these islands.
Imagine like snorkeling around there.
Yeah, well, so that is another point because obviously, generally speaking, where you get islands, you get incredible snorkeling, especially in the tropics and the Caribbean.
Yeah.
And one of the main things about the Sea of Cortez is it's like a really brilliant place to see whale sharks.
Oh.
So I don't know, whale sharks. Whale sharks are pretty. I don't know much about sharks and fish and stuff like that, but as far as I'm aware, whale sharks aren't aggressive. They're quite like a basking shark. Like they just chill.
They just chill out.
They just chill. There.
That sounds like me, to be honest. I think I'm a whale shark at heart.
But you
not
identify.
aggressive. Just here for a good time, not a long time. You know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know how long the whale shark lives. So.
Yeah, don't they normally live quite long?
Anything whale lives quite long, doesn't it? Anything whale. It must do.
Are they the ones that sleep vertically?
No, you're thinking of a bat.
No, you know them not sharks.
The
whales.
bat shark.
Them whales that sleep like with their heads in the air. You know what I'm on about?
No, I've never heard
And they're
of
like
this.
terrified. It's terrifying seeing them sleep like tails down, head up, and their heads are like wider. Like they go like a little upside down traffic cone.
My analogy was going to be so they're like an inverted 10-pin bowl instead, like.
Yeah. Ish. Without the curve.
They just suspend in
yeah,
mid-sea.
they're just chilling, and they sleep in like herds. I don't know if that's the typical term, but they probably do it in like groups. So I don't know if someone's on watch or whatever for like sharks.
Crazy. So that I don't know
if it is a whale shark. It's just a whale, but I don't know which whale.
One of the whales sleeps.
One of the whale species.
With his head up above the surface.
Vertically, not above the surface.
But like pointing towards us.
They suspend, like synchronised swimmers, suspend under the surface, and that's how they sleep.
That is madness. I can't.
Where have you been? You live in a...
I mean, we haven't established whether that's true or not. Initially.
I think we've established that I'm factually correct.
Inept. That's not true. It can't be true.
No.
This is the same as the head squashing Mayans and all of the other nonsense you've come out with so far, and we're only like not even half a podcast deep, and you've already come out with some utter piffle through most of it.
Back me up. These whales sleep vertically.
If anyone out there can ratify the fact that there's some whales out there that sleep vertically, then I will get back in my box. But right now, I'm going to be loud and proud out there and say, I'm calling Tinseltown on the whole thing. I'm not having it.
Right, anyway, carry on.
Back to Mexico, though, away from the suspended whales. I was going to say sharks.
Sharks, no, they're not sharks, they're whales.
Well, yeah, so that's the Sea of Cortez in a sort of nutshell. But when you move on, keeping with the watery theme, though,
yes,
the other great thing to see in Mexico, a natural attraction they have to see in Mexico, we all know about the Great Barrier Reef, biggest coral reef in the world.
Big Oz.
Over in the Oz, yeah.
Yeah, in the Oz.
In the Oz, yeah. In Mexico, there is the Mesoamerican Barrier Reef.
Say that again, sorry.
The Mesoamerican Barrier Reef.
Mesoamerican?
Yeah.
Barrier Reef?
Yeah, that's it.
Oh.
So
the less great Barrier Reef?
Yeah, the second greatest Barrier Reef,
right.
basically. It's got the silver as Barrier Reefs go,
okay.
But still pretty impressive. Like, if you saw I don't know who it'll be, but if you saw whoever came second to Usain Bolt that time... Who
cares?
But if you saw him sprint in real life, you would go...
He's quick.
Like, God, that was good. That was fun.
True, so if you saw this, even though you might not have been to Oz, so...
You might not have been, but I would say if you haven't, what I would say is...
This is the best thing you're going to see.
Well, yeah, A, it's already the best thing you'll see underwater, and B, why not tail up? Start from the bottom, not to say it's the bottom, but like start from the second best and move up to the best.
It's only going to get better.
Exactly, yeah.
So if you've done Oz first, I'm sorry to say, but you're going to be underwhelmed.
I don't know about that.
No, I'm joking.
There's still plenty to see under the waves there. I don't know if this gives anyone any sort of ideas about the actual size of this whacking great reef, but it stretches literally for 600 miles from Mexico to Honduras.
Where's Honduras?
Miles away from... About 600 miles away from Mexico.
Wait, how long is John O'Groats to Land's End? Is that about 800 miles, or have I got that?
No, there's got to be more than 800 miles.
It's
over 1,000 miles, isn't it?
Is it?
Yeah.
Either way, it's near enough the size of England, probably.
Yeah.
600 miles.
600. Yeah.
England at least.
Yeah, you would say.
Jesus.
It's big. It's like a whole metropolis for fish. But also, I found the other weird thing is that with the Mesoamerican Reef and it being so big, there's 500 species of fish in it, which to me...
That doesn't sound that much.
Yeah, that doesn't... And again, it's going to sound like we're knocking the Mesoamerican Reef. That doesn't come out
basically, just go to Australia.
Yeah, just go there. You'll see more fish, at least. But... Over 600 miles, 500... Now, that could be the fact that we probably just haven't found them all yet. And we already know that, as humans, we know more about the surface of the moon than we do about...
The sea is a bit freaky, though, isn't it? Like, when you think about all the, like, undiscovered turf we've not discovered. Yeah. But when you think about it, though, it's like... blows your mind a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, but the good thing is, I suppose the other thing is about a coral reef is that, yes, the fish are incredible and they're like banging your face about it as well because they're like really, really rainbow bioluminescence everywhere. But the other good thing is that the coral itself is like super interesting too, because it's so floral. The colours are everywhere. You don't have to just be fish, but obviously you will be inundated with fish. But
I wonder if you can feed them. You must
I
be
don't
able
know. I'm not sure. Maybe when you go out on a tour or something like that, you can.
Be a bag of food.
They might give you some fish food or something like that. But having said that, they probably want to protect the reefs and keep it so that there's a nice ecosystem underneath the water around the reef and stuff like that. So potentially not. I wouldn't take any food with you either.
Don't just take your hot dogs or whatever from the breakfast buffet or
keep
lunch
that.
buffet.
And also, what I would say, if you are the person who's taking a hot dog out on a snorkeling trip with you, why haven't you just ate it yet?
That's gonna go bad in the heat. Like, there's
not to mention when you dive 40 foot under the water or whatever.
40 foot. These people going on tours like pro scuba divers. I don't even
You can go on diving tours. Why you
don't
going
you
to
need
see
a
the reef?
submarine to go 40 foot deep?
Do you think so? No. That's not that far.
This 60 foot Cenotes.
I was going to say, this is the Cenotes all over again. But 40 foot. I reckon that's about resting level.
We were talking about snorkeling. You're talking about deep marine diving.
But you can do both around the reef. You can do diving around the reef and you can snorkel over the top of it.
Yeah, you could, but I'm not going 40 foot.
Well,
I'd be lucky if I get 6 foot deep.
You can do you, mate.
I'll admire from the top.
Yeah, you can stay at the top going, oh, that looks
I'll
deep.
just dunk my head in from the boat.
I'm not going down there. It looks deep from here. About 40 foot, I'd say.
Coral, 40 foot? There's no bloody... You need to
I
get
don't have any depth perception, though.
No, you don't. Quite clearly.
I don't stand by the Cenote quote.
Nah, it's not
60 foot or you're not a Cenote. I stand by that. Moving swiftly on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let's move.
From that nonsense. Probably wasn't the best recap of the natural attractions in Mexico, but there are so many things in Mexico. Like you said, you can pretty much turn any corner and you'll probably stumble across something uniquely beautiful to Mexico.
Yeah.
But moving forwards, let's have a quick chat about food and drink.
Yay!
We all know Mexico is obviously synonymous with insane food. It's all like empanadas, burritos, fajitas, and they're just
the good stuff, isn't it?
And they're just the generic things that I can think of. So, but the good thing is about Mexico and its food culture is that, and obviously the sort of resort culture, tourism culture that they have in Mexico. You can stay in Cancun in a place that's known as the Hotel Zone, and obviously that doesn't sound very like authentic and original, and obviously that's where you'll find most of your like 5-star resorts and all of the things you would probably expect from like a couple's or... It's
a bit more of an out and about area, isn't it, the Hotel Zone? Like you can get out and about, whereas if you're further down the Riviera Maya, you're a bit more restricted to your resort.
Yeah, but the good thing about the Hotel Zone, which not many people do know, is if you fancy getting out of your resort, and obviously a lot of the time you probably don't because there's like 11 different bars and restaurants.
Yeah, you've got literally the world of choice.
Yeah,
and it's
exactly.
like you don't need to go anywhere.
You're literally travelling the world from the dining room, basically.
Yeah.
It's insane. But I implore you, do get out and see the local area. Go and see the sites. There's some incredible places, just especially around the Hotel Zone. I know, like I said, it doesn't sound super authentic, but there are some amazing spots nearby, especially if you hop on a quick bus and go down to downtown, which is a area of Cancun. If you stay in your resort, stay in your all-inclusive and stuff like that, this will generally be where the people who work in the resorts live and spend most of their time.
Yeah.
So these sort of communities are really, really amazing places to go and find like authentic cantinas and bodegas and all these different places where you can find proper Mexican food and proper Cancun people living their lives from day to day. So
the best thing you can do, I would say, is speak to the people that are working at the hotel you're staying in, and in my experience they love talking to you about like their culture and their way of life and their family and whatever, and they'll be more than happy to say, you need to go to this place if you're looking to go somewhere, you know, you need to try here, you need to try there, say I've sent you, like this is the type of thing, and they're so enthusiastic about their own culture and where they come from, and I think that's like one of the best ways to discover
definitely
culture.
And you can the best thing is the the locals there are super duper friendly. So any bar or canteen or restaurant that you do go into, that everyone will be super engaging with you. They'll want to show you the best of that place, and give you like the best of their menu and stuff. They
absolutely will just want to show it all off, won't they?
Yeah, exactly.
It's just I just love that so much.
And when you sort of move out, or move further into downtown, you'll come to a place called Mercado 28. Now Mercado 28 is basically this central hub where everything goes on, like all of it. It's like a big marketplace whereby you can buy, if you check out the reviews and stuff like that as well, incidentally, just search Mercado 28 on Google or whatever. The reviews of the place are insane, because it's just like this, like I said, a huge marketplace. You buy souvenirs, street food, crafts, art, all authentically done by the people of Cancun. And the great thing about it is you'll literally be supporting that person, because they'll be opening their store that day.
That day for you.
Rather than like giving it to like a big gift shop or something like that, whereby the people who created it probably get nothing from it.
Yeah, you're directly supporting that person, which is, I think that's a responsible thing to do, to be honest. Like, if you're going to buy souvenirs, make sure that you're making it make a difference.
Yeah, definitely. And like the other great thing, like I said, just touched on there, the great thing about the Mercado 28 is the street food there is like absolute.
It's unreal.
It's a flavour destination.
Imagine how that smells.
I know, can you imagine?
Like, just walking in there and just being like, you don't even know where to start, because you just want to try everything all at once.
You're just running around. Like,
you know in Scooby-Doo when they're at the end, they're like always running between doors. I feel like that would be
I thought you were going to say like eating a massive stacked sandwich.
No. Well, that's it. But you know when they're all just like chasing the baddie?
You unhinging your jaw to get this massive sandwich in. But yeah, absolutely, definitely do get down to downtown. It is
That's
insane.
so cool. I didn't even know that. Like, you've just educated me on that. I didn't know that existed.
No problem. Yeah, get
That's
yourself
cool.
down there. The other good thing about actually,
back in a minute.
Get down there now, right now. Well, the other good thing, just incidentally, it's not to do with food and drink, but it is to do with downtown.
Yeah.
The other cool
Every
thing.
time you say downtown, do you know what I think of?
Down.
Yeah. And I just want to sing that song.
While you're in downtown, I can't
No, you have to sing it.
I'm not going to sing it again. That's tragic. Just while you're there, and in between eating and buying crafts and souvenirs and all that sort of stuff, you should definitely, the next thing to do in downtown is definitely check out a Mexican wrestling show, because it's proper authentic.
What?
A Mexican wrestling show. I think that they're the luchadores. I believe they're called.
You are saying words, but they are not going in. I don't know what you're talking about.
A Mexican wrestling show, luchadores, where they wear the masks and stuff and they wrestle.
Like, what's that guy in WWE who wears this mask?
Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, Rey Mysterio.
He's retired now, but anyway.
Yeah, I know he is. But is it that start? Like,
that sort of stuff, yeah, like high flying, throw themselves around and have like.
Yeah.
But apparently, from the stuff I've seen, people going and having an evening there, like you get like food at the arenas and stuff like that, and they just like it's proper rudimentary, proper authentic, but it just looks like a howl of a night out. Like there's just
that's
like,
so fun.
Yeah, just like wrestlers shouting at each other and stuff, and then like crashing into one.
Is it real though? Because I'm always skeptical. Do you reckon they're actually chucking each other and hitting each other with chairs?
For the purposes of this, I'm going to say yeah.
Yeah, it's completely authentic.
Yeah. Oh, it's awful. It's harrowing at times. Yeah, batter each other.
Well, yeah, may as well. As you picked up your fajitas or burritos
Don't sound so enthusiastic.
empanadas or whatever they are.
Yeah. I don't know what
Go enjoy a little wrestling match.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's just one of those things. It'll be one of those things that you do on your trip, and I guarantee you'll never forget it. I guarantee.
Yeah, I don't think you would either.
Because why would you? Just a load of greased up.
Do you remember that random day we went and watched Mexican wrestling while eating a fajita?
A load of guys, greased up guys in tights and masks shouting at each other.
Tights?
Yeah, they wear tights and trunks, don't they?
It's not tights, though, is it? They're not just
what are they then?
hanging around in nylon.
What is it, like leggings?
No, it's like...
Well, they wear trousers, don't they, some of them?
Do
They wear long versions of a trunk, yeah?
Oh.
Well, anyway, that's not food and drink, but I'm just saying, while you're there in downtown...
Down.
That's like a tick, you have to stop it. You feel it coming.
It's in my head. Like, this can be
is.
in my head for the rest of the day.
It is, but let's move away from downtown.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's move away. So moving away from downtown.
Do you know, I've just had deja vu.
Have you?
I've dreamt this.
What,
I've
downtown?
had premonition from like 2 years ago.
Great.
Perfect. I knew this was going to happen.
What, we'd be sitting here talking absolute gibberish.
Yeah.
Perfect,
Yeah.
great. Well, it's not that much of a reach if people know you, really.
Yeah, I know.
Moving away from downtown and Cancun altogether, stop it. Moving away from that area altogether, we're going to flip it across and go to like literally the other side of Mexico and go to Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah.
So Puerto
You said
Vallarta.
that with a little swang then.
Swang.
Slang. What's the word?
I don't know.
When you said it with like pizzazz.
Pizzazz, a bit of swaz.
A bit of swaz. Say it again.
Puerto Vallarta.
Yeah.
That place. So basically, if you've not been to, or you don't know about Puerto Vallarta, it's on the Pacific side of Mexico. So obviously Cancun's Caribbean side, Puerto Vallarta sits on the Pacific side. But don't let that stop you from thinking.
It's not like you've gone Blackpool.
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It is a stunning place, and the beaches are just as nice. You might find that the water's potentially probably a little bit cooler and a little bit choppier when you get into the sea, but the places you can find there are incredible too.
Yeah.
So Puerto Vallarta is one of them.
And it's much more... I feel like it's... I've not been to Puerto Vallarta, but I feel like you can get out and about a little bit better. There's like a town or city, isn't there?
Yeah,
that
so
you can get into.
within Puerto Vallarta, so what you'll find is like there's a lot of resorts obviously in and around the area, and then a couple of them are up on top of a hill. So what would then happen is you come out of your resort on the top of the hill, and then you can literally either grab a cab or a bus or something. It'll roll you down the hill, and once you basically literally
Push you like a wheel of cheese down.
Yeah, once you get it's not the forward journey, it's the return journey. Probably the problem.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Yeah, it's a tough one. But once you get to the bottom, you're in the Malecon.
Dun, dun, dun.
Exactly, the Malecon is this incredible space where it's literally, if you picture like a seafront boardwalk, one side you've got obviously gorgeous sunset vistas of the Pacific Ocean and the beaches and all that sort of stuff. On the other side is literally a row of shops, bars, restaurants, cafes, everything you could possibly want, as well as incredible art. So there's like
I was going to
installations.
say, isn't it like historic down there? Haven't they got like historic art, or have I made that up?
I don't know if it's historic art, but it's authentic Mexican art. So they've had authentic Mexican artists come down and create installations and pop them into different areas of the
Maybe that's what
Malecon.
I'm thinking, yeah.
So there'll be like your typical like picture opportunity where you know where they've got like the Puerto Vallarta signage written out. You can go grab a picture there, and then obviously if you follow the Malecon down, even the street is like coloured, so that they've had people come in and like paint the cobbles in certain areas and stuff like that. The benches, there's pictures on the benches. There's all sorts of artwork everywhere, and then once you get to the end of the Malecon, you can get to this. I believe it's a mermaid. People might pick me up on this, I'm not sure, but there is this big installation that you get to at the end of the Malecon, whereby you can go take your picture and catch a sunset if you
Those
get
are
there.
Kodak moments then.
There is also one more,
Go on.
and it's basic. I think it's literally called Sunset Pier, and no prizes for guessing what happens there. You go out to the edge of the pier. There's this big building there, and you can walk around.
Is it a lighthouse?
I believe it is. It's either a lighthouse or like obelisk style structure that you can literally just walk around. It's literally just there as a roundabout, as a thoroughfare for people to like kind of walk around and go back again, basically. But once you're there, it's supposed to be like the best spot for catching like a sunset snap on your Insta or whatever.
The best.
But if you're interested in whacking up your followers on Insta, definitely get to Puerto Vallarta, because there's so many snap happy moments there. Like it's insane.
Yeah.
I know we started talking about food and drink in this element, and I haven't mentioned any food and drink in Puerto Vallarta yet, but it's a row of bars and restaurants, mate. It's incredible food.
Do you know what I'm getting? I'm getting like city break vibes. Like, I feel like you could have the best of both. Like, you could stay in your all-inclusive hotel, have the beach experience. If you wanted to like maybe do a little bit of exploring or walking around, you've got that city break element to it as well. That's the vibes I'm getting from Puerto
definitely.
Vallarta.
So it's a nice little, I suppose, counterbalance between the two. If you and your partner are wondering whether to go for city break or beach escape, Puerto Vallarta sort of fixes both of those, because you get that sort of trendy vibe from the shops and cafes and boutiques.
And it is very trendy, isn't it? I've seen photos and stuff, and it just
is
looks
also
amazing.
Extremely LGBTQIA plus friendly.
Yes, that's a big pull, isn't it?
Yeah,
I love
it is.
that.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
And once you get there, you'll see, especially if you get to around Pride Month, you'll see lots of like rainbow iconography, lots of
flags, and
yeah.
like they've got stuff that hangs between buildings, like you know when you're walking through like a street and then where's that place that's got all the umbrellas? Is that Japan?
There's one in Mauritius in Port Louis.
Is there? Oh,
yeah.
Okay, so in Mauritius.
I
But
think
it's
they do
like
have
that,
one in
but
Port
with
Vallarta
flags.
though too.
Do they?
I think so.
Well, there you go. That's what
Yeah.
that's what I'm talking about. I'm sure I've seen a picture of it.
It's either like, but I know definitely in Mauritius they do it with umbrellas.
Yeah.
Don't quote me on whether they do it in Port Vallarta with umbrellas, but they definitely do it with bunting at least. I would
Yes.
say.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah.
But yeah, if you do want to catch a LGBTQIA friendly holiday, then I would absolutely recommend Puerto Vallarta because it's so welcoming and everyone is just there for great vibes and good time.
Yeah, good fun. So now we've covered what we think are probably some of the best things that you can do in Mexico.
Definitely.
I want to know what your dream itinerary is.
Right, okay. So picking from what we've sort of been through from those ruins and the natural attractions and the food and drink, I've narrowed it down to 3-4-ish things I would do. Dream itinerary, obviously coupled with lots of sunbathing, margarita drinking, and general lying down. I would definitely head out to Tulum. You were extremely passionate about getting to Tulum.
Yes, get to there.
Yeah, I would get out to there because I know obviously that the ruins there are some of the best preserved, and also they look out to sea, so the vistas there you can get are incredible, and obviously there's some incredible sunset, sunrise.
Yeah, I reckon that you definitely got to do that in the evening.
Yeah.
Or like late afternoon.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's probably the best chance to do it, so you can get some nice pics and stuff like that too. And also it might be a bit cooler to go there.
Yeah,
as well.
a bit more shade.
Yeah. So I'm going to Tulum, then I'm going to Cenotes, and I think...
Are you jumping in?
No, because I can't.
You can.
I'd go with every intention of trying to jump in, but
You'd be like that kid, like on the edge of the pool that's so scared to like jump in.
Yeah, no, I couldn't.
Your knees are bending, but you're not jumping.
Can't do it. I can't do it. I don't want to.
Right,
Yeah.
so you go. Would you take a GoPro? You've got to do it, I think.
I suppose if you're committing to going to a cenote, you've got to take a GoPro. It's one of the things that you have to do, don't you? Yeah. You sort of. Did you even go unless you GoPro'd it?
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I'd probably take a GoPro and then everyone can witness me gingerly wandering into the water.
Dipping your toe,
Yeah.
checking the temp.
Maybe I can cut it so that it looks like I'm just about to run and jump in off the top, and then like it cuts.
Actually,
and
you're just making a big splash in the water.
It cuts, and then like me, I splash in my bath at home, and then it cuts to me in the water in the cenote. Yeah, that would be cool. I could do that. And then from the cenotes, bound to be hungry by the time this comes around. Probably won't do it on the same day, but. By the time
You will be starving.
Exactly. Drenched. After we've taken in Tulum and the cenotes, I'd 100% at some point in my trip go to downtown. Yeah, I think maybe I just included that because I wanted another rendition of downtown.
Don't blame you.
We'll never really know. But I just think with all the authentic food, crafts, Mercado 28, all that amazing stuff, it's got to be such a really authentic and traditional way to spend your day. And I'd have to pick up a Lucha Libre show. I'd have to go and see one.
Would you get a pair of trunks as a souvenir?
I'd insist on it.
Some nice gold ones.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what gold
would
does for my
love
complexion, but yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Bring them out at special occasions.
So that's what you're doing.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, that's my dream itinerary for Mexico. Let me know if you agree, disagree. What would you do instead? Let us know also if there's anything that you think we've missed. Jo will be doing her itinerary on dream itinerary on the next show. And next up, we're going to get into the really fun bit, which is, well, it's your bit.
Yes, we're going to cover some funny travel stories. So we're going to get your reaction on that, aren't we?
Yeah, I don't know about these. I've never heard them before, so it'll be fun.
I'm very excited about that. So yeah, that's coming up next. Okay, so are you ready for the first story?
I don't know.
Of the podcast series.
I feel like I'm getting already without having heard anything. I've got butterflies in my stomach, and I think it's second-hand embarrassment straight away.
Okay,
I haven't even heard anything of it yet.
I don't know. This is anonymous, but this is somebody that works at Blue Bay.
Right, okay.
So in Dubai, me and my boyfriend were eating some yummy, rich food.
Lovely.
Some of the
rich
best
food, as in
wealthy. No, probably full of delicious flavours.
Yeah, okay.
Oils, all the good stuff.
Yeah.
Some of the best restaurants probably in the entire world. As we know, Dubai is creme de la creme.
Yeah.
For entertainment, for food, whatever. Well, this had an effect on my boyfriend's stomach. And when we were on a romantic boat trip in front of the Burj Khalifa,
Oh no.
with the fountain show all around us, he turned to me and goes, I am going to poo myself.
Oh no.
With utter panic and sweat dripping from his brows, I thought of the only option we had whilst in the middle of the fountain show. Remember, they're on a flipping boat at this point, right?
Oh god.
Yeah, they're not like on the harbour where they can just dash
Dip
into
away.
a shop or whatever. They're on a boat. Right, so the only option we had whilst in the middle of the fountain show was to offer him my Louis Vuitton bag to do his business in. Oh god, just absolutely not. Like, no, you're not borrowing my bag for that. You can no. You can deal with it yourself. This is your problem at this point.
Wait.
Yeah.
There's a lot to unpack here, pardon the phrase. But so he knew he was alright getting on the boat.
Yeah.
But within, I don't know, the motion of the ocean, all that sort of stuff.
Something's got him going.
Something's really jiggled him about, and now he's having to defecate in a bag. So she's obviously, there's no further context. We don't know it. We can't know it. But
Well, there is a little bit more.
all I need, what I need to know initially is, so did she scoop all of her belongings out of her bag?
Well, I want to know what the plan was as well. Like,
What happened to the bag now?
Where was the logic? Right. So just wait. So thank God the show swiftly ended and he was able to make it to KFC in the mall, where I received the text, I have pooed myself. Confirmation. He then went home with one less pair of boxer shorts, but at least I had a clean bag. Mate, if he'd have pooed in my bag, I'd have gone home with 5 new bags. Like, there's no way.
What was the plan? He was gonna just drop his shorts and open.
Surely they're not on a private boat. Like,
Wait,
surely there's other people on this boat that are like, are you alright?
Definitely.
But why is there no toilets on the boat?
Wait,
Unless it's a canoe.
What was the plan? Was she gonna hunker behind him, opening the bag up?
Yeah, was he just gonna drop his kegs and squat over the Louis? Like, you can't.
Hold it open for me.
Yeah. And then also, like, how? No, because someone's gonna have witnessed that.
Someone somewhere is writing into another podcast or radio show going, I once watched someone themselves on a boat into bag.
Oh, that would petrify you trying any other food, wouldn't it? Like,
God, yeah.
You've obviously got a touch of IBS there.
I'd love to know what part of the break that was at, where they woke up the next day and went, God, what a wonderful evening. Should we...
That could have really taken a nasty turn.
Should we go get breakfast?
What would you have done with the bag? Would you have put it in the bin?
Honestly, what I'd have done, now full of excrement, would probably sling that thing into the Dubai Creek.
That'd be in the fountain.
Straight on. That'd be gone. Imagine,
on a serious note, don't let her in the fountain.
No, don't do that. Don't throw your excrement-filled Louis Vuitton handbags into the Dubai Creek. But could you imagine if it got sucked up into the thing and then you could, the next thing you see watching it, it's just this poop-filled
some like
bag
rendition of
spurting out.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh God, no.
I'm sorry, I've lowered the tone.
Oh God, it's episode 1.
We had to start off on a good one, didn't we?
Oh heavens to Christ!
Anyway,
that is that I can't. If that's where we begin, I can't wait for more of these.
I know. How funny. Everyone at home, this is the level we're talking.
Yeah.
So
if you can beat that.
Yeah, if you can beat that, please let us know, because we love this stuff.
There's someone sitting there like going, hold my beer.
Hold my beer, I've got one.
I've got a poo story that you're going to love. Oh, I can't get the image of just an anonymous man and woman.
Like the sheer panic of him as well.
Sweating like he's in court.
No.
And her holding an open bag underneath him, waiting for him to drop anchor.
I would just hover over the edge of the boat. Like, why was that not an option?
Would you like...
I don't know what I would do actually in that situation.
Squeeze your ass over the side of the boat and just act like you were dancing or something.
Whoops.
But then the boat pulls into the harbour and all of a sudden it's got a skid mark down the outside.
And in Dubai, it's not going to be some shabby little boat.
No,
like,
it's going to be like a super yacht or something.
But why wasn't the toilets, man? Like,
why wasn't the toilets on the boat?
This is what I'm saying, unless it was a canoe.
Or unless it was like busy.
Although, yeah, I've been on a boat trip before and needed to go to the toilet just for number one, and it's shaky, like it's hard work.
What do you mean?
Just you can't balance if you're and you're in this tiny little box, like it's like an aeroplane toilet.
You'd be.
And you're like rocking around, like it's not. It's a nightmare.
I've got to think that it's easier for a woman than a man. If it was a man, it'd
Men
be on
have
the
options
roof.
of sit. You can sit down. Nothing's stopping you from sitting down.
Never had in my head that I could sit down.
Treat yourself.
Yeah, I know. You should have done, really. I'm on holiday. And that was the check-in desk. We hope you enjoyed this month's episode, and if you did, make sure you leave us a rating and a review and subscribe.
Don't be shy with your holiday stories. We'll keep them anonymous, but we'd love to laugh at your expense. So get them in at checkindeskpodcast@bluebaytravel.co.uk or any social media platform at bluebaytravel.